Hey guys, I know I did not announce this live and I don't expect anyone to be here, and I am completely cool with that. Um, I just want to give a new full moon reminder for the month of May. Um, Full moon is May the 26th, so that's Wednesday. And so I'm just here as usual with the full moon. Of course, full moon is my favorite moon. This is a good time to cleanse your house physically and energy wise. So this is a good time to sage, um, and most definitely straighten up your house if it's a mess. You don't want to go into, really just straighten up your house. You don't need any new or full moon to do that. It helps you to concentrate on things. This is a good time to take a spiritual bath. When you take your spiritual bath or do anything, be specific in what you're asking for. If you are asking for, something going on, like say a relationship, you want better communication, say better communication between me and so, or with a parent or with a child. Be very specific. I did have a fairy contact me via IG, and that's my IG rolling around at the bottom there, Phillips Moonchild. And she didn't have a problem or anything, but she did, kind of ask me about, the candles. And you don't need candles. Your prayers are always good with God. And, I like to personally do candles because I kind of have anxiety. And so it gives me something physical to do with my prayer, other than, I don't know who's in the room, but I didn't expect anyone to be here. I'm kind of just recording it, but thank you for coming. I don't see a chat. Let me see if I can see the chat room. I don't even know. Okay, in case you want to chat, but I didn't expect anyone to be here. But this is just the new moon or full moon reminder for the month of May, which the full moon is on the 26th, Wednesday. And so, again, I did have a fairy come by and ask me about, how to use the candles. And like I said, you don't need candles or anything, but because I have anxiety, I found that candles actually help me stay focused on what it is I'm trying to do. So, like last year when the pandemic was, we were in the midst of the pandemic, we had all this Black Lives Matter going on. People who normally don't pay attention to what's going on in our community were paying attention because of the Floyd situation. So I've showed this candle before, but I used this candle during summer solstice. I took this candle and I blessed it with what I wanted it to do, because I had anxiety about all that's going on. I have two sons. I'm scared for them to leave the house. They're 25 and 33, something like that, 34. But, I was a mess. And plus being locked in the house, I was kind of glad, for a moment that they couldn't go anywhere but to work. But anyway, off subject, you know, I put some symbols on here that to me represented the fire of the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. The sun is the highest in its atmosphere, or in the atmosphere. And so, it's intense. And so I put fire for heat. I had this justice symbol, the scales of justice, Ankh for protection, as well as, represents family, as well as some spears. And I told this candle that I wanted the fire for police reform to be lit under this country. And I'm not saying that I'm the one that, caused all this talk and all these bills coming up, but it's the collective. It's all of these people are kind of having the same thoughts at the same time. So I asked the candle to do something, and along with the heat of the summer solstice and all of these people around the country and around the world asking and thinking about police reform, now we're seeing this coming to fruition, and I hope it continues. I will do another one when the summer solstice hits again for police reform. I may add something to that prayer with this candle, but throughout the year, I lit this candle and it gave me something to focus on. I knew when this candle was lit that I needed to concentrate on, police reform. That's where my thoughts and prayers needed to be. And so it's the same with anything. You take your candle and, you have a nice place to sit or whatever, and you tell the candle what you want it to do. You put your prayer within that candle. It's already going up to God. I hear something sizzling over here. Okay, that's my incense. This is my second this is my second altar. I have my ancestor altar that you guys have seen before, and this is kind of my workings altar where I sit and dress my candles. So it's actually a jewelry box, one of those standing armoires or whatever you call it. It goes down to the ground, and I put like this little. But these are drawers, and like they have candles in it, and gems, and herbs, and matches, and all the kind of stuff I need. And so when I have a candle that I'm working on, this is where I sit and dress my candle. I keep jewelry in here that I call it my magical jewelry, and things like a candle sniffer when I'm done with my candles or whatever. And so it's kind of small. I wish I had a bigger altar. One day I will, but this is this is my working altar. And so, like I've said before, my ancestor altar is the one where I kind of just sit and talk to my ancestors, and I pray to God, and I'm always thankful. And that's something that you have to do. If it's something you're working on, always be thankful, because if you are not thankful for what you have and the opportunities that you have, even if you're not doing them, but that you have an opportunity to do it, if you're not thankful for that, you're not going to get anything. So that's kind of my little spiel for the Spice Fairy that contacted me about the candles. And of course, if you have any questions, and if I can help anyone in our sector, because this is for the fairies, my home channel, which is Jazzy Reloaded, and then Uncle Shug. Our sector has been going through a lot of darkness right now, and it has affected me. So sometimes we need to step back and put those prayers on ourselves and put prayers on others. But that's just kind of what I wanted to come through and say. Again, the full moon is on the 26th. So take your spiritual baths. This is something that you're working on. I can't believe people are coming in. I thought I would be sneaking this in without anyone showing up, but I'm glad you're here. So basically, that's just a reminder. Wednesday is the full moon. I don't stay on here long talking about things, but if you would like to see a tour of my kind of like working altar, that's what I call this one, leave a comment in the comment section, or hit me up on IG, and I'll do it one day. But anyway, you guys have a good full moon. Stay balanced. It's a lot going on in our personal lives, and then we come on YouTube, and in the sector that we're in, we see a lot, and it could be discouraging sometimes. It can make you feel a certain way, because I was feeling my energy was low a few minutes ago. And so, I really balance what I watch on YouTube. Although I watch a lot of our sector, it's channels that I love to watch, which is one is called the Chateau Diaries. If you have not seen it, if you like, just like a little fantasy world and things that you can incorporate, you don't need a chateau to incorporate certain things in your life. When I drink tea out of pretty teacups and saucers. And those little things make a difference in your life. So, it's always something you can take. And also, you see the struggles that other people go to. Although this lady lives in this chateau, she doesn't have any money. And she, YouTube helped her really do a lot of renovations on this chateau. But then in our sector, you see people dogging folks for getting donations or being monetized, and you're doing this for clicks and views. Of course you're doing it for clicks and views. It's a lady in France who went on her dream. She took I don't know how much she got for her inheritance, but she ran out of money. She's been in the chateau for 12 years, and she ran out of money. She was able to get the floors done and a lot done, but her chateau just looks like a big house, but she loves it and she invites people in. But when the pandemic hit, it was a hot mess. She was just doing 30 or like 5-minute things on Instagram. And then she decided, someone told her to go on YouTube. And She was making these videos, and then when the pandemic hit, it exploded because people were at home. They were watching more YouTube, and so she does YouTube, which she gets money for, and she will tell you to please watch the commercials because that's how she gets paid. She has a what is that other thing that the private thing? I can't think of the app that it is right now, but you know, where people buy membership or whatever. It's not on YouTube, it's somewhere else. She has that. And it's other people that have chateaus because they don't have real money. They just are doing the work because it's been a little dream of theirs. And stuff it's cheaper. You can buy a chateau cheaper than you could buy a house here in California, I'll tell you that. And I'm talking about a raggedy ass house here in California. So but in our sector, people are always talking about people asking, doing their work and asking for a donation. And these other people are and people are happy to give. They're so happy to give to them. They send this woman gifts. And this is just a woman in France that decided to buy a chateau with like 3 other people, but she's the main one that lives there. So, venture out of our sector and look at other things and just kind of balance it out because it can get really dark in our sector, and that's what I hate. And it's like we don't want each other to a lot of people, I'm not going to say we because I'm not part of that. It's not we. A lot of people don't want people to grow. And so sometimes we have to, even if people say things about you, it's coming to a point where I think we just need to start ignoring some of these people because it's stunting the good people's growth to stay in the dirt with them. But anyway, that's my little rant, getting off my damn chest. So full moon is Wednesday, the 26th. So do something with it, make it count, and live well. I hope you guys have a good evening. Thank you for the 2 that are watching. I didn't even expect that. I thought I was sneaking in under the cover and doing my little live. But you guys have a great evening and a great rest of the month. I love you guys. Mwah. Ian.